Okay, I think we're live.
We're live.
Live.
Yay!
We're doing some more Femathon live reading sprints if you're joining us. And we have the lovely Kayla and Victoria. And yes, I don't know what I'm doing.
Very impromptu reading sprints today.
Yes,
Yep.
very last minute. But
I foreboded at getting mine set up. I was like, this isn't going to work. And then we're here now.
it'll work out, it's fine. Do some reading. Well, for me, it's before I go to bed. But it's the middle of the day for you guys, isn't it?
It's about 3:30 here.
Yeah.
Same.
It's about half 8 over here, so.
Oh boy.
Not gone too long. But
Time to get comfy and cozy.
yes. What are you all reading? Has it changed much since Saturday?
Kayla, go ahead and go first.
Oh, I'm not reading. I'm baking, but I thought I'd join.
Ooh, yay!
I am baking shortbread.
Oh no.
Delicious.
Oh.
Yes.
I think you baked shortbread in one of your vlogs a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I love shortbread. And like our heat's out today. It's just not working and it's freaking cold. So I'm going to be baking and cooking a lot.
Nice.
Good time to turn on the oven.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. I am not sure which I'm going to be reading. I'm either going to read the manga classics adaptation of Emma, or I'm going to keep reading when no one is watching on my Kindle.
You're going hard on the manga classics.
I know, right? I basically went to my library's website and I was like, how many manga classics do you have?
Give me all of them.
Yes, very much so.
I'm still just reading Into the Drowning Deep. I'm halfway through.
Nice.
Oh, excellent.
Read a wee bit more. But it's really I've got a big fear of open water, in the middle of the ocean and really deep water. And
This may not be a good book for you.
No, and I'm claustrophobic, so I'm not claustrophobic. I'm the fear of being trapped. So the idea of the submersible being hundreds of meters down, I'm like, oh gosh. I've never had I've never read a book set in the middle of the ocean before, and I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot.
This is a whole other level of daunting. I'm enjoying it, but it's
Nice.
very horror for me in that aspect.
There's another book called The Deep by Nick Cutter.
Yeah.
Do not read that if you are scared of being underwater or open ocean or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's set directly in the Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
That's where most of it's set, so don't read that.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Perfect, thank you. Which is not something I don't really read books set in the ocean or with the sea or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the few kind of mermaidy books I've read, it's usually about them coming ashore. So it's not really been a big deal. But yes. Can't avoid it when you're in the middle of the ocean with murderous mermaids. But yeah. I don't know if we want to just start our first little bit. I don't know how. Do I just pull up a tab and then screen share?
Yes.
For a timer?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I will do that then. How long do you want the first one to be? Should we go for?
I'm good with whatever you're comfortable with. I can either sit here for a few minutes or 40. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were doing 30 last time, and that seemed to do well.
Yeah. Just do about 30 minutes for the first one then, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I can work out to do this. Oh, thank you for joining us. Watching RuPaul.
Very fun.
struggling.
Oh no.
Okay. Do you have another tab open
Yes,
on the same browser you're using for StreamYard?
I will do that.
Okay.
I'm obviously not putting it in the right place.
So let's say you're using Google Chrome. Make sure to have not a new window, but a new tab. Okay?
Right, I'm not into Google Chrome. That might be.
It doesn't matter. It's whatever you're using to do StreamYard.
Ah, okay.
Yes. If you open another browser, it's not going to work.
Right.
Right.
Bear with me.
No worries.
Let me see. Oh, no,
I still don't even know how I actually just share the screen as well as part of the issue.
Hey, it's a learning curve. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We got this. Okay, I'm just going to wash my hands and then I'll help you out, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Can I share?
Oh.
Oh, yay!
Oh, you did it!
Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great
There's
success.
just too many buttons on the screen. Okay. Right. There we go.
Yay!
I will mute myself now.
Thanks.
Oh, I got off right.
I looked up just in time to see Eleanor jump out of her skin.
I'm at a really scary bit in my book. Oh, that's a really bad graphic as well.
Yeah, that is the wrong book to be reading to get jump scared.
I know. Oh, oh dear. Gotta take my jumper off now. Ah, hello, Faye. Glad you made it.
Hi. Eventually, took me a while, but I'm here.
Yay!
Yay. Oh, what are you reading?
I'm reading The Stars and the Black
Yeah, I
Sea
did.
Between Them by Januda Petrus. How's everyone else's reading going?
Good.
Oh no.
Oh no, we lost Faye again.
Yeah, no, my camera on this laptop does this all the time. It's exhausting. This is the laptop that I was on the live with Kayla with. Wait, it just turns itself off.
Fun.
Yeah. But I'm not having the same thing as yesterday. Like, I'd rather the camera be messing up than anything else.
How are you
Which
liking
book
your
on your
books?
TBR? Oh, okay. I am liking it in terms of the plot, but I'm writing, not gonna lie. I literally don't even know if you guys can hear me or not.
I
Can
heard
hear you?
Hi.
Yeah. It's a bit fuzzy.
Okay,
Can
there
hear
we
you.
go. I was like, please tell me the mic isn't messing up again as well. Yeah, the problem with the prose in this is that it's one of those that is trying to both do, like, the whole thing is written in like dialect, like it's written in a Caribbean style dialect, which I think is really cool, but it's also trying to incorporate flowery prose, and the two just aren't working for me. Like, I would love either or. I think that she's really good at doing both, but I don't like the combination personally.
Hmm.
How did you like it, Lois? If she's even there still.
Yeah. I sometimes struggle if a dialect is written or like an accent is written really thick. I just think it's really hard to read sometimes as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have just tough time with even the English accent because I don't know. I don't know what the exact difference is, like what you would call it, but like I don't know. I'm used to my Canadian accent.
I think there's just a whole thing where like North America is like, we have the transatlantic accent, and that is the one which we use usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for if I
No,
get angry
I
and then
quite
my
like
siblings
reading
like it.
dialect.
I feel that, Victoria.
Well, because the one book that
Doesn't
really
even
pops
know what
into my
that
head is I read a book a year or two ago, and it's from a Scottish author, and they write with a Glaswegian accent, but they write that Glaswegian accent like all the slang and basically a bit of Scots
Yeah.
in it. And I talk that when I'm not in like polite company that can't understand me. Like I can talk that and I understand it. I cannot read it. It is so difficult to read it. And all the Goodreads reviews are just people being like, I have no idea what's going on. I can't read it. Because it was so, it's basically its own language. And it was so like, and I can speak it and understand it and hear it, but I can't read it. It's so bad written down. It looks like gibberish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends, I suppose. But yeah.
I mean, I really like written dialects because one of my favorite series, the Chaos Walking series by Patrick Ness, you are in a kid's head who is illiterate. So it's like the entire narrative that's in his POV. You're getting in like how he would think. So it's like misspelt and like the grammar is terrible, but it just really helped me immerse with the character, and I actually really liked it. But the problem that I'm having with the Stars and the Blackness between them is that it's trying to get the best of both worlds. If it was all in dialect, I would be fine. If it was really flowery prose, I'd be fine. But the two together is just really weird.
Would you pay attention? You're gonna die.
Contradicts each other.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've got this one that's trying to be like really lofty verse, like almost prose, and then at the same time, it's trying to sound more colloquial. So yeah, I'm really struggling with the combination of the two.
No. Oh, I've not read that one, Lois. I don't know that one, but that book, yeah. I don't know. I suppose it just depends. Like some people are really good at reading different dialects and understanding it and stuff, but I'm just even really, really flowery writing and writing with lots of metaphor. I'm a bit lost. I find them quite hard to understand. I need things quite straight to the point. So I suppose just adding in other dialects and other languages and stuff is just a whole other level of confusion I don't need in my reading.
Yeah, it's like
bilingual books I adore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when they put like random bits of French or random bits of Spanish, or like Elizabeth Acevedo where she puts loads of Spanish in her books. Absolutely love it. Adore it. But I can understand how that would really piss people off if they have like no exposure to the language at all, because I was like, well, what does this even mean? Why am I reading this? Makes no sense to me.
Yeah. What did you end up picking up, Victoria?
I did end up continuing with When No One Is Watching, and it's starting to get real creepy. I'm like almost 50% through with it. And like the opening of the book, I almost DNF'd it because I wanted horror and I was getting contemporary. And it's not that I don't like contemporary, it's just not what I picked the book up for. And it takes until about 40% through to start getting into that horror aspect of the book. And now I'm really excited to see where this goes, because people are just up and disappearing and people are confused because there's a few different backstories being told as to where they've gone. And like this white van just pulled up and was like, "Hi, I'm here to check your meter." And it's like, "No, you're not. I don't know you. That van isn't from the utility company."
I find horror an odd one. I have to be really in the mood for it, solely on the basis that it's the genre that, at least so far, I've most had to suspend my disbelief with. You know, it's actually like, really though. Just half of it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to drop a couple of my neurons here to be able to make this believable, and then it's fun, but like you do need to switch off the logic part of the brain a lot of the time with horror.
With this one so far, it's actually been really real world believable, so I haven't had to do much suspension yet, because I have literally had people drive up to my house and be like, "I'm with the utilities." I'm like, "No, you're not."
Wow.
So that was believable. In the United States, that shit does happen, so.
I mean, like, I love you guys. I hate America. It sounds awful. Yeah. See, the thing is with the one you're reading, Eleanor, that is one of the few horrors where I wish I had to suspend my disbelief, because it's terrifying.
Just sounds so realistic. I know, like I love horror or like creepy books that mix like science and it's just on the edge of being possible. Like everything else seems so scarily accurate, and it's like we don't know what's in the Challenger Deep. It could be mermaids. It's so I'm getting quite jumpy because I'm
no, definitely that's the thing with that one. It's like I
over
kind of
halfway.
wish it was less realistic.
I know. It's just it's just so
But
good.
that's her
I'm
forte,
really
isn't
enjoying
it?
Yeah, I love everything she's written so far. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah,
Well, I'll definitely have to pick up a copy now.
I know.
Oh,
Because
it's
I'm
fantastic.
getting
It's fab.
I'm getting best of both. Like I read earlier, her another one of the Wayward Children books. So I'm getting light, kind of a little bit dark, fairy tale fantasy, portal fantasy, and then I'm getting mermaid horror at the other end. So the two spectrums of the one author. It's great. But,
I really want to read Wayward Children, but they've only got hardcovers, and like they're so expensive. How tiny those books are, they are so expensive. I can't bring myself to spend like between 9 and 11 quid on a like 200-page book. It's just, I can't do it.
That's why I bought the Kindle books, just because I couldn't. Because there's supposed to be 8 books in the 8 novellas in the series. Yeah. And I think I've read 5 of them. I think there's a 6th I haven't read yet, that I'm saving for a special occasion. Probably get it in books or something.
Are there 8 that are out or 8 that are coming out?
She's planned 8 series.
Okay.
I've planned 8 of them, but they're all novellas. And I love them, but I bought the Kindle books because I don't really like hardbacks anyway, and I wasn't paying like £12 for.
I checked out. Was it the first 6 on audiobook through my library? They're really good on audiobook too.
Yeah. So I do really enjoy them, and I think you would like them, Faye. But yeah, I would get them on Kindle. I'm hoping to find a hardback set secondhand at some point, but I doubt it. I'll find it.
Yeah, no, that's
I just don't want to pay that much money.
I know. Like the thing is, I am hesitant to pay that for like a brand new full length hardcover. Like I'm not going to pay that for like a tome, like an 800-page tome. I'm definitely not going to spend that on a book that, at my reading pace, I am probably going to read in like an hour.
Yeah, well, I read about 2.5 hours to read the one I read today. I read it today and yesterday. So I was like, I can't afford that. So yeah, that's why I bought them on.
Yeah. I earn in an hour, and then I'm going to read it in an hour. I can't justify it. But yeah, no, I would like to read them. I just need to find an affordable way to do so. And with my Kindle broken, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, you've got that joy to wait for then.
Yeah, basically, that's all I'm holding out for. Only reason I'm buying a Kindle, actually.
I do love mine. They're very good for reading in weird positions.
Yes. Have you ever done when you drop your phone on your face? Have you ever done that with your Kindle?
Yep.
Oh God,
that's great.
Oh, I've not even done that with my phone. I can't imagine what that's like with a Kindle.
I've done it so many times that I finally just got one of those like little gooseneck holder things for my bed, so I'll just like adjust it and then I'll tap it when I need to. So
that's such a great idea. I love it.
I started I got it in the first place because like when I go to sleep at night, I have to wear like a whole thing on my arm so that this is basically the only range of movement I have. So I was like, I can't read when it's this far away from my face. So now I don't drop it, and I can read with braces on.
Best of both.
How do you turn the page?
I have been known to boop it with my nose. Also, I can kind of do a weird thing with my shoulder where I semi-dislocate it to tap it, but I don't do that one as often.
I was going to say, I feel like that defeats the object of having the braces that are supposed to be helping your limbs.
Now, that's just supposed to keep me from, messing with my cubital tunnel so that I don't sleep on it and, murder the nerves like this.
Oh my God, I actually sleep like that. I sleep like this. That's probably not. It feels nice, though.
It does until you wake up and your hands don't work.
I know, but it helps me sleep. I don't know. It's one of those EDS things. I know it is because it's not supposed to bend that way.
Yep.
Like, I'm so used to
Victoria,
it.
Victoria, can I go really, really randomly off topic for a second? Do you know what hot water bottles are?
Oh, like, are we talking hot water bottles like what you would use for like aches and pains and whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a Kayla thing. I didn't know if it was like a other side of the pond thing.
You didn't know what hot water
I didn't know it was a thing.
Well, I've also been exposed to it because like I grew up watching BBC and like I have British family, so
hot water
Okay,
bottles
fair.
are the best invention ever. Yes, they are.
I need to
like,
invest in them.
they're so good for any eventuality. A hot water bottle can cure anything.
Yes. Have you ever used the heat pad?
Yeah.
Microwavable ones.
Yes.
Not microwavable, but the ones that plug in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
I used to have one that
use the
smelled of lavender.
microwavable ones. Yes, mine smells like lavender. It's really soporific.
Hey!
What? That's crazy. I wish mine smelled like lavender.
They're like really commonplace over here. Like my
Yeah.
children have them. They have Minnie Mouse shaped one.
Aye, you can buy them in like pound shops and stuff like that. You know.
It's
actually
blowing my
Everywhere
mind
in
over
Europe,
here.
And then the Americans are like, "What is this?"
I honestly think we've probably got, like, me and my sister between us, like 4 or 5 hot water bottles in our flat.
Wait, what?
We both got one for Christmas with our initials on it.
How did I not know about this? I'm so like disillusioned right now.
I know.
How does Canada not have hot water bottles?
I know.
I'm
like,
sure
that's what
I'm sure we
saying.
do.
Like, how
I've
is
seen them before. I had no idea what they were though.
Oh right.
the microwavable
like-
ones shaped like plushies are so good. Yes, they
Yes,
are.
yes,
They
the
literally
animals.
are.
I had an owl one. That's great.
My son has like a narwhal one with like but the horn is like a unicorn horn instead, and it's like really, really fluffy, and it's just so cute.
Oh.
Oh my god. I
Oh
want
my gosh. There's ones with Argyle sweaters.
There are so many. There are so.
I want an
so
Argyle
many.
sweater one. It's so ugly.
Like,
See, like the
love-
one that I
love
have that's
how us
tiny.
over from Europe are like they're everywhere. They are the most common thing you could find.
Yeah.
Go to Primark, you can get a really fancy looking one for like £3, and then you guys are like, what?
Wait, what's that
Have
store?
Have you ever had the hand warmer ones? Pardon?
Great.
What's that store? Jimmy?
Primark.
Primark.
Primark. I've never heard of that.
Primark.
Yeah.
It's actually an Irish chain, but it's like all over Europe. It's just it's basically like the cheapest ever clothes and homeware place you
It's
could
kinda
ever
like-
imagine.
It's
Do you
kind of
have
like Walmart.
Do you
Like
have a-
Walmart? Yeah.
Minus the food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no food.
Yeah. Do you have a Forever
Well, I mean,
21?
you can get.
Yeah, Forever 21's terrible though.
It's kind of the equivalent, slightly better equivalent of Forever 21. Because we had Forever 21 in Glasgow for a very short time, and then it just couldn't compete with Primark, and it vanished after like
We
2
have
years.
Target.
Way cheaper.
And
though.
then like Target was like, we're not doing as well in the Canadian market as we want to, so we're gonna stay in the States.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
It was all within
Yeah.
like 11 months.
I know, right? Like there was like one near a mall near my house, and I went there for like 6 months, and then it was gone. And I was like, "What? What happened?"
Primani, what does that even mean?
What? Oh.
Anyway, yeah, no, Primark is just the best place if you have very low ethics and just want something really cheap.
So pretty much any chain store.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I
It's
get
like
all my kids' clothes
clothes-
from because they get holes in
Clothes,
things. very
homeware, and a bit of makeup.
Yeah.
Bit of
No,
everything.
don't wear the makeup though.
It's gotten better actually.
Has it?
It's a decent kind of really cheap alternative for like for kids and teens and stuff. It's actually not bad. It's a lot better than it used to be like 5 or 6 years ago.
Only
Yeah, like,
probably
the last time I
still
tried
stay
it
away
was
from
in
the
my
makeup
teens,
industry.
and it was like the mascara could congeal your eyes closed. It was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
yep.
Yeah.
it used to flare up like my allergies, but so I couldn't used to wear it. But
Yeah. They used to have lead in their product last time I checked. I was like, no.
Well,
I haven't read that one, The Black Flamingo.
is there less
Not like-
asbestos in makeup now?
Yeah. That was the other one. It was lead and asbestos.
Oh.
Ooh,
Which, like, if you're using a product that contains mica, so like glittery stuff, then there's a good chance that it contains asbestos because asbestos also forms along with mica. So, like, you have to do some special filtering stuff to make sure that your sample doesn't have asbestos in it.
Yeah.
So
I love how that's so illegal in Europe. It's like so painfully illegal in Europe.
it's very illegal here too, but you never know what shows up on the market.
nobody
True.
knows.
I just feel like there's so much like hefty filtration going on in the EU, and then America's just like, you know, you shouldn't. All right, you shouldn't do it. I'm like, that's it. A severe warning.
They're like, don't do it. Okay, this is where you get it.
That does happen an awful lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
I'm so tired of my webcam. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so
Oh, no.
Does it need a break every now and then? A wee time out?
It does. I overwork it, clearly. My poor cam.
I need to walk you through how to do a Linux install on one of these old machines because it's weird what Linux can bring back from the dead and get it working. Like,
Fair enough.
it's very weird. Like, I had an experimental machine just for shiggles, and I was like, okay, you're old, you barely work, let's see, just for funsies. And then I put an install of Linux on it, and I tried a few different distros too, and they all worked super well, and it worked almost as fast as my modern tech, and I was like, what just happened?
Wow, cool.
On a side note, is Shiggles shits and giggles?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. The PG version?
Or lazy. I inadvertently use a lot of contractions. I inadvertently use a lot of contractions when I'm like not even thinking about it.
Ah. I was just curious. I'm like, that sounds adorable. And then I was like, oh, it's shits and giggles. Maybe not completely adorable.
Or is it?
Or is it?
I mean, the other day I had a conversation with Victoria on Twitter, which was literally just her using a fuck ton of acronyms at me. I was like, I don't actually know what you're saying, Victoria. You just said like 6 acronyms. I don't know what any of them mean. So then she goes and tells me what BBC means. I'm like, I know that one. What about all the other ones?
I'm like, because I'm like talking about BBC, PBS, which I don't know, you might know, Public Broadcasting
PBS.
Service. I was going to say, and then because I was trying to explain the Reading Rainbow and like LeVar Burton to her.
Yeah.
Because we were also talking about Star Trek, and I was talking about The Next Generation, which always gets shortened to TNG. So I had to back up a minute and explain.
I was literally like, okay, we were talking about Star Trek a minute ago, and now it's just a load of letters. I don't know what any of them mean.
Whoops. Oh, speaking of which, give me.
I'd love to be that bold. I'm just like, speaking of which, and then fuck off.
Just leave.
Since we were talking about that, this is one of the books that's going along with that conversation because, like, Picard just pulls this out of nowhere, and I have to be careful because my husband's in the next room, and this is one of the surprises for his birthday. So,
I have all of Shakespeare's, but mine does not look that big.
Yeah, I got this used, so it was only like $25 or something like that. And for a big chunker like this, I'm sure, sign me up.
Does anyone number even have a remotest idea what that might be in pounds or euros?
Look it up, man.
18?
I will
I'm
Google
gonna
it.
glitch my computer. If I do anything with this computer, it will glitch. Let's be honest.
It's probably somewhere between 15 and 18 pounds.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
what you guys consider cheap?
Well, I mean, for
It's
this
14
edition
pounds
with gilded
sterling.
edges,
It's what? Sorry.
14 pounds sterling.
Oof, I would never pay for
It looks big. That's a good price. I'd say so.
It's really pretty. I can't imagine anyone I know spending 14 quid on a second-hand book.
it's a leather bound and it's gold gilded. And this is more collectible in the nerd sphere because it shows up on TNG.
Fair enough. TNG is from Star Trek, as I eventually learned through our prior conversation.
And then I had to go hide it. I need to wrap it.
Let's just hope he's not watching the live then.
He's not. He's working from home.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, it's daytime to you.
Yeah.
That's just so weird.
I know, it messes with my brain.
I know, I'm ready for bed, and then these guys are just like, yeah, it's the middle of the day.
It's about dinner time now, almost.
Yeah. And I'm like somewhere in this weird middle ground because you guys are 5 or 6 hours ahead of me, and I'm like an insomniac. So it'll be like 3 a.m. and you guys will be awake. And I'm like, oh, great, I can talk to people.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to you. I think it's one of those times where we were having the really weird conversation about Star Trek, and it was like, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning to me, and I was like, wait, why the fuck is she awake? Like, must be like in the middle of the night.
My body thinks sleep is overrated. Why? I don't know, but that happens sometimes.
I suppose it's just the wonder of the internet. Someone's always awake.
Yeah, and books can be super expensive if you even secondhand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
I
same
buy
over
most
here,
of my
though,
books secondhand when I try to, just because I can't afford new books all the time.
I can't get anywhere near the market of secondhand stuff over here because obviously I like reading in English more than anything. I like reading in their original language, and there are less Spanish books I am interested in. So the Spanish books that I like are easy for me to come by, but for me to want to read an English book, I have to import it, so I have to get it basically on Amazon because it's just the delivery costs for it to be anything but Amazon. It's just not physically viable. Like I'd get like half the books for the same price.
I feel that. I've gotten some of my mobility aids and stuff through Amazon because I was like, they're expensive, but it's so much cheaper than that.
It is. And like when people say, oh, you shouldn't support Amazon and all that, I get that. But like for somebody that lives in poverty, for people that are disabled, for people that can't work and all this kind of stuff, this is just the reality. This is what we have to do.
I suppose it's just where you can, and if you're able to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, any secondhand stuff that I can get are from charity shops. Like literally the only places around here are charity shops. So I am supporting local charities. But if I want to get anything that was written past 1985, I need to go. On Amazon.
I found the few kind of online secondhand bookstores I found and use are quite good. But see, going into secondhand bookstores, they're everywhere here. But you just can't get science fiction and fantasy.
No, not
you just
at all.
don't ever find
I
that.
when I lived in Brighton, actually, to be fair, Brighton had quite a decent selection. But again, they're all the like older stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want like a shit ton of problematic authors, then you've got all of them.
Yeah. My dad always just said it was because the SSF readers are like him, like you don't get rid of the books, they just keep them forever.
Yeah.
So that's why
they
never come up.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
definitely.
True enough. But I have that one website I use, which is really, really good for buying secondhand books. And
the thing is, secondhand books, the price is really cheap. But delivery costs internationally
Yeah.
are just exuberant. Like it's twice as much as the book.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like the book is like £3, but then the shipping's like £10. But I'm not spending 13 quid on a
Yeah.
second-hand book.
I know. It's a shame.
That's one of the things where I'm glad I have a federal government. I kid, sort of. It is one of the pluses. We do have a fairly extensive shipping network.
Yeah, no, definitely. But again, like if I lived in the UK, it wouldn't be anywhere near the problem because like
Yeah.
I got all of my Robin Hood collection, aside from the last 3 which I bought new because they were coming out at the time that I lived in the UK. The rest of them I got secondhand, so I got them for like 1p, and then just had to pay the shipping cost, which was like £2.50. So I literally ended up paying £2.51 for each book, which is really cheap in the UK. But the second that it's abroad, because of the import-export tax, and especially after Brexit, where it's gotten worse,
It's a lot worse.
it's just so expensive. It used to be like 5 to 7 quid, and now it's like 10 quid to get second-hand stuff. While Amazon prices have gone up by like 60 pence.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also just because like even like full price bookshops like Waterstones and W. Smith, like Amazon's still cheaper.
Yeah.
To get paperbacks and hardbacks like brand new, it's still cheaper to buy them on Amazon than on bookstores.
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm so jealous of
unless you
like
get deals with
Waterstones.
WH Smith. Waterstones, yes, I love Waterstones.
They get so
I
many
love
cool
experience.
editions.
Yeah, I love their editions.
But they are expensive, at least by UK standards.
and
I
the
don't know, 'cause-
pre-orders are always late.
Oh
Are they?
no!
I've not ever pre-ordered from Waterstones, to be fair. I've just gone in. Like,
I've
there's
only
no
done it
point for
once.
me ever buying something online from Waterstones. If you get something from Waterstones, it's because you're going in there and you're spending at least 25 minutes just staring at 2 books. Like,
I love it.
the Waterstones that I had, that like my local one when I lived in Brighton, also had a Costa like inside.
Yeah,
So it was just like heaven.
there's a cafe in the one in the two main Glasgow ones. There's cafes in them, and it's just dangerous. You just go in
Just
and
never leave.
buy all the books, and it's just got such an atmosphere. I really miss Borders though. That was like the best bookshop.
Have you ever been to the Works? Do you have?
I love the Works.
in Scotland?
Yeah, it's so good.
Best place
Free
to
for a
find
fiver.
random shit.
Yes, colouring books, tarot
You
cards.
can't go into the Works wanting to buy something specific. You have
No.
to go in and just be like, tell me what I want.
It's an experience. Yeah. No, I've got some really great book series from there because if it's 3 for a fiver, you don't mind just giving it a go.
Yeah, exactly. And their box sets are well cheap. Oh, you can get like a box set of like 7 books for like a tenner. It's like
I've got some really great box sets. Their online website's actually quite good as well. Their online section.
Shipping is not. Again, it was heartbreaking. I thought, oh, it's a chain, so it'll be fine, right? Like, it'll be easier for me. I can actually afford the shipping. No, I can't. I can't afford it.
No, it ruins everything. I can't imagine the struggle trying to get English books in Spain. For the amount you read as well. You read so much.
Yeah.
I know. Literally, I have to just have like all of my birthday presents and all of my Christmas presents and all of my anything presents ever. Just be like, just give me books, guys. And to the point now where I'm just like, all right, give me a budget and I'll put books in your basket on Amazon. Like, don't surprise me, because if I don't like the book, I'm going to cry. So here are these are the ones you are getting me. They fit within your budget.
I wish I could do that with me. Stop getting all the random gifts you don't want. Just stock my library, please.
Yeah.
Right. Should we do another wee half an hour and then it'll be 10:10 and I probably won't last much longer. We'll have to go to bed.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to dip out, to be honest, anyway, because I've got work and stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you guys to it. Because you guys have got daylight still over there, and it's way later for me anyway, because I'm an even hour ahead of Valena.
See this the darkness.
I've got like 65 lights turned on in here, and I've still got all of this wonderful shadow going on. So,
Lovely.
all right, yep, I'll
Yeah.
leave you guys to it. But
Okay.
I had a great time. It was good to see you all.
Thanks,
See
Faye.
you soon.
See
Thanks
ya.
for joining us.
Bye.
Oh, there we go. Right.
And then there were 3.
And there were 3 again. A whirlwind. Oh. Goodbye. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do another wee half hour and then we can just round it off?
Sure.
And I will endeavour not to get a heart attack this time when the alarm goes off.
Okay.
I feel like that's obligatory for anyone running the timer.
Yeah. And when you're reading a horror as well, it's not going to go well.
And it's dark there, so you're probably like on edge.
I know. I'm not going to go sleep before work either, so it's going to be great. There we go.
Okay.
I was ready that time.
No jumping this time.
I feel like that went by so quick. I'm just at a really tense part of the book where all the action's starting to happen.
Yeah. Would you guys chill?
They must be dramatic.
You just hear
All the
these
freaking time?
I'm just waiting for a cat to drop in out of the background out of nowhere.
It could happen.
For either of you.
I know. I don't know where my cat is. I think he's off sleeping somewhere. I don't think he's going to appear.
Well, we have 4 cats in this house, so I mean, they can kill me at any time. I don't know.
Higher probability of them appearing. Oh. Bye, Lois.
Bye,
Bye, Lois.
Did you just get much read?
Oh. I didn't feel that went by really fast.
I know. I think I've read 80 pages overall for about an hour of reading, which is actually quite a lot for me. So it's when I know I'm at a good bit.
Nice. I'm at 20%-ish. I haven't checked the pages.
Good reading anyway. How did your shortbread turn out, Kayla?
Yeah.
I got a lot done, actually. So I made dinner. I got shortbread all made and done. And I even read like 5 pages of my book.
Nice.
Look at you
Killing
doing
it.
all the things.
Killing it.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be like dead tonight when I can't move.
I feel it. Oh, goodness.
Well, this was really impromptu and a bit chaotic at the start, but I enjoyed it.
Same.
My first live stream on my channel.
So proud of you, Eleanor.
Yay!
It's actually not as complicated as I thought. I was worried that it was going to be too many things, but it's actually really easy to set up, which I'm quite glad for.
I feel less scared to have my first live stream eventually now.
Definitely a lot easier. Very user friendly.
Nice.
But there's so much more going on in the rest of this month. It's weird to think we've done so much in the first week already.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, do we think that's us? Or, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
As my bird screamed very loudly in the background. Well, it was fun, ladies.
Yes. Yes, well, I think I'm going to go to bed because I've got work really early tomorrow.
Good luck.
Yay. I know. The joys.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
It's like
you
5
for-
now, so it's not evening quite yet.
Well, it's nearly 10:30 here, so. And thank you for who's joined us and everything. So, yay! Maybe we'll do this again at some point.
Yes.
Okay, see you too.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah.